Generic greetings! Update 2 for Prison Architect is now out, but I'm not going to do a series on it just yet. With it being this close to Christmas, I thought there's no point in starting a new series, doing a couple of episodes and then breaking for it, and then maybe coming back a couple of days, maybe even a week later, and then forgetting what we've done and things like that. So I'm going to wait until after Christmas before I start a series on Prison Architect, another series on Prison Architect, should I say, when we do a full construction, but I am definitely going to do one because this update has brought in one of the most requested things that people have got on the top of their list, and that is female prisoners, and also, very surprisingly, at least to me, the possibility of their infants as well. So I'm going to check it out in this video, and that's what it's going to be about. So we'll just go to escape, press create new prison. We want to select the female prisoner. There you go. So you can select prisoner gender, and we'll go for female prisoner. We have to select our warden, which we'll just go for standard warden. Small map, we don't want fog of war because this is just to test things out. We're going to not generate lakes, and we don't want failure conditions, but we do want unlimited funds because obviously it's just about testing things. When a new update comes out, this is often what I'll do. I'll just load it up and see what it's like and mess around with it. So what we need to do is get a couple of things in first. Let's just go for building brick, and what I'm going to do is basically build a very, very crap prison. It's not even a prison, really. It's more of a test facility, really. So we're going to put an entrance in this area here. This is going to be where we have our power conduits, our power room and water. Now you don't actually need that. There's no real point in it, but we're going to do it anyway. You don't need a separate room for it. I mean, we need a very small room, or a smallish room, for our kitchen. And then on the side of that, we're going to put a canteen. There we go. On the bottom bit here, we're going to put a cell block, and we'll have the different cells in there. Then we're going to put another building next to it, which is going to be a cell block and also a nursery, because that's one of the new buildings that is in. So that should do us for now. As I said, it's not a proper prison, this, so obviously we're not going to be fulfilling anybody's needs very well, things like that. But it's just about testing it and see how it goes. So we do need some entrances in this thing, so we need to go for, I think we'll just go for a standard door that side, standard door that side. It doesn't really matter. Then we need a staff door in here. It does need to be some, it does have to have some sort of security, because otherwise it just won't work. But let's just see how we get on with this one. So obviously we'll speed up to max speed while the workers crack on. We'll go to staff and then to workmen, and we might as well hire up to 22 workmen. Then we'll go to guards and hire up to, say, I don't know, 15 guards, and then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 cooks, and then we'll hire 1 unit of warden as well. Now obviously we don't have anywhere to put them, but we might as well create some buildings on this side here. Basically we'll make it a 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, we'll make it that long. I don't even know if that's the right size, but that's the way we're going to do it. And then we'll put some entrances in that as well. As I said, this is just for our administration center. This is something I often do, or sometimes do, actually. I don't really do it much these days, where I'll like load it in and try the new update. But this one is just a little bit different. And also, because I'm not going to do a series, and I thought it'd be nice to show you some of the stuff that they've brought in. So we need water and power, and that's what this is going to be. And so we'll have water and then power all the way along. Obviously, I've got unlimited funds, so it doesn't really matter how much I spend here. And then we'll go to our materials, and then brick wall, and then basically put a brick wall up to there. And we need to have utilities and electrical cable, and we want to run an electrical cable there, and then down, and then along. Might as well run it down and across there as well, actually. We'll have it zigzagging because we can. There we go. And across. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be fine. So we'll go to materials, brick wall, 4x4s. These are going to be our admin center. Now I don't really, to be honest, I don't really need it this big at all. We're only going to hire the warden. There we go. So different rooms. This one here is going to be our kitchen, so we'll get that up first. In fact, what do we need to do? We'll go to reports first, and then go to intake, and you can see we got all different types of intake. I'm going to basically max all of these out. We basically want to see all available prisoners, take them all in, and then obviously we're going to put the dormitory here as well. So let's get on with the dormitory first. So dormitory, this is just to get as many prisoners in as I can. Minimum size needs to be 2x3, which you have. It's enclosed, which it is. We need a bed, bunk beds, toilets, etc., and things like that. So we're going to go for bunk beds, and I'm going to basically copy the rough same design as I did in my previous series, which seemed to work quite well, so I'm more than happy to pretty much just copy it over. We also need some toilets, so I'm going to put some toilets in the bottom here, so we'll go for the toilets in the bottom. Oh god. And then we'll go for a is it a bench, or is that all you need? Hang on. There are no canteens. There we go. That's all it's really saying. Okay, so a large pipe. We will run a large pipe in... Actually, we don't need to run a large pipe really anywhere, apart from pretty much down here to there. Look at that. The frame rate's still going all over the place. And then we will connect these up there. And then we'll also run some water into here, like so. And that'll be where we put our... kitchen stuff. There we go. So that's a dormitory. There's no all canteens. Blah blah. Yeah, it's saying there's no canteens feeding that thing. Okay, we're aware of that. Let's sort that out. So we're gonna go to canteen. Clicky clicky draggy draggy, and then we're gonna go to kitchen and clicky clicky draggy draggy. Actually, it's only one draggy, and then we'll go for the door. Shove the door in. As I said, not very secure at all. I don't really care. It's not about that. We need 1, 2, 3, 3 of them should be fine, and then we'll get some fridges in, and then we'll go for the sinks, so the sinks can go on the back wall. There we go. Would be nice to have this a little bit bigger. In fact, what we'll do is we'll have a couple more cookers on the back wall there, and we'll just say more fridges, because why not? There we go. It's all over the place. It doesn't matter. Serving table, bump and bump. There we go. If we had that up by one more, we would be able to fit another one in. Shame. Okay, so that'll be the kitchen and the canteen. What we need to do as well is go to fence, and then we need to basically fence off the facility, because otherwise the prisoners would just run out, and that is not a great thing to do when you've got a facility that you're supposed to be holding prisoners and you just let them run out. That's something I would recommend you try and avoid, okay? Just a bit of a top tip for you there if you're trying to play the game. So we'll run everything like that. Then we'll have a bit of an entranceway here, and we'll do that, and there we go. So large jail door there, large jail door there. Everything else will be secured. That should be about right. Okay, so we need to go to our rooms and then to family cell. We haven't put that in there just yet. We do need to go to yard and put a yard right in the center. As I said, that's more about just seeing, make sure it's actually closed. So 24 prisoners we can actually house. We're going to get a total of 8 prisoners, so it's not much at all. 2 minimum security, 6 normal security. Excuse me. We're going to go to office, and we're going to put 2 units of office in there. Obviously, we do need to furnish them as well. So 2 chairs, and because we're just messing around here, I'm just going to put this like that, and then a filing cabinet right in the doorway because, well, for the crack, basically. Right, so they're going to build that. Yeah, so this update, like I say, mainly adds in... I know there's a lot of modding support and things like that, and I have watched the alpha video and whatnot, and all that sort of thing, but it's basically about female prisoners. So they're now female prisoners in the game. They have roughly the same needs as a male prisoner. They have slightly tweaked needs, but they are basically the same. They are generally just as violent, depending on the risk that you get. So normal risk, like low, medium, and high, you'll generally have the same behavior. Obviously, it is tweaked, but it is basically the same. They made a sensible decision, I think. There. I mean, if they made it too different, then I think I don't know how that would be, how it would sit with people. But I like the way that they've went, you know what? Yes, there is differences, because of course there's differences. But overall, in general, we're about the same here, especially for the simulation that they're trying to run. But the main change, or the main addition rather, is infants. So I didn't even know about this. Apparently, when you have a female prison, like a mother, that comes into a prison that's either pregnant when they come in, or whether they have a small child, generally apparently under 18 months, then there is basically a way that they can stay with them, and that's something that I just didn't know. It was totally shocked to me when I saw the video, and I don't know how true that is. I'm sure they've done the research and things like that, because they're generally quite good at these things. But, you know, that's the main thing that they've introduced to sort of differentiate the two prisons. I know a lot of people wanted mixed prisons, so you could have male and female prisoners together. I don't know if that's a thing. I don't even know, like, if that's actually, if that happens anywhere in the world. It might even happen in the UK. I just, like I say, I just don't know. It's not something I'm aware of. But, either way, you can't do that. I have to select male or female prisoners for when you actually create it. So anyway, we've got a kitchen, we've got a canteen. So the main change is you now have family cells. So you can see a family cell there. So minimum size 4x4, where your prisoners live if they have babies. Okay, so let's get that in first. So we'll go to our materials and then brick wall. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we want a brick wall there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Brick wall there. 4 and 4. That'll be about right. So we will connect all this up. So, as I said, this is a family cell. This is where mother and baby will stay about. We also need another room for what's it called? It is these are family cells, and then we've got a nursery. So nursery is a bit like a common room, I guess you could call it, but it's basically a common room for kids and the mothers. So the idea is that the mothers will have to look after the kids, obviously, but they also... Is that... Hang on. I've made that too small. Damn it, and blast, damn it, and blast, damn it, and blast. Demolish walls. Demolish all that there. I'll have to redo that in a second. Yeah, the idea is that they will take care of the baby's needs first. So they will have to look at them and make sure that they're okay and make sure that they're fed and watered and blah, blah, blah. They're basically, as they put it in the video, little mini-humans. Yeah. Right, so let's put that up to there. That's all connected up. Yes, little mini-humans with very basic needs such as sleep and food and poo. And we. Right, let's go for family cells. Put all the family cells in there. And they need to be enclosed, so we might as well get that sorted. Let's go for some jail doors. There we go. And we need beds, toilets, cribs, and a shower head. So there is definitely more needs in here than what you class as normal. So we need the beds. So I'm going to put a bed. I don't know if I assume you cannot have bunk beds. That would be a bit insane. But the crib at the head of the bed. There we go. And then we need a toilet, so we'll put it just in the corner there. Obviously, if you wanted to, you could change things around and have it a bit more private. And then you also need a shower, because the idea is that the mothers will basically stay in this area. It's more like a completely separate facility. You know what I mean? It's like it's sort of a separate facility in a new area. So I'm not going to compare it to death row, you know, by any stretch, but the idea is roughly the same, that even though everything is in this prison, it is completely different in terms of you know, you having to actually supply everything separately to one area rather than everything being open. So anyway, as you can see, this nursery here needs a serving table. Why does it need a serving table? Well, again, as I said, the mothers don't go to the shower. They don't go to the canteen. They will have to eat either in their cells or in the nursery, things like that. So that's what we need to do. So we need to sort out this area. So we're going to put a serving table there. Then we put actually 2 tables. Actually, we won't even need 2 tables. We just need tables and benches because we're not going to get many prisoners here. We also need cribs and a playmat, or several playmats. So if we go to the cribs, we'll put the cribs, say, right at the top there. Again, just a test here. And then playmats will sort of separate them out like so. Alright. Nice little playmats, lovely. Right, so we have just got our first set of female prisoners. So there's a skilled fighter, Alyssa Totil, 27. We've got what was that? Camilla Thompson, yep. We've got Riley Martin. As you can see, obviously the sprites are different, as you would expect. Do we have any female prisoners with... yes we do. Female prisoners with little child. Oh, Adeline Donnelly, age 34, family husband of 33, daughter of 16, daughter of 14, mother of 59, father of 61, and a son aged 0. Now, I don't know whether there are classes you have them having sons or daughters. I think it is more... just children, you know, that sort of thing. Offspring, I think it would be better called, but, you know, it isn't. We haven't done anything with our regime, but to be honest with you, yeah, I think actually we should probably alt that a bit. Where it says lockup, I'm going to get rid of that. Get rid of all the lockup that we have and just have it as free time. We haven't got a shower time, but I'm going to put one in there. That should do us for now. So, is anything we need to get from the warden? I think... not really. I don't know about education. We don't really need anything from that. I put him in there early just in case there was something we need to mess around with, but we don't need to do that. So, as you can see, we do have a mother and child in there. There you go. You can click on it. Can you go to character? No experience. Just checking to see if there's anything different. This is genuinely the first time that I've loaded this game and tried this update out. Like I said, I'm just going off pretty much what it said on the alpha video. Today's beverage is green tea because I've just had dinner and I generally have a green tea after dinner. It was steak, actually. It was quite nice, although I did mess up the onion rings. They were a bit overdone. And the mushrooms were undercooked as well. Normally I'm alright with that sort of thing, but I totally ballsed up, I must confess. Anyway, that is a notebook page. There we go, yes. Close that off. Close that off. And close that off. And close that off. Bloody hell. Right, so... as you can see, they're just sitting in the cell. Psychology is required to show needs, so we don't actually have the needs of prisoners. I'm guessing... yeah, we can't see needs. So what I'm going to do then is actually unlock psychology because that's something I do want to show. Actually, I'll unlock I'll put everything in the queue, you see. There we go. And then obviously we can go around. I keep saying obviously quite a bit. And we need to put this stuff in as well. This is going to be where we have our other officers. There we go. Job done. Right, so, as you can see, different prisoners. Now, as I said, the female prisoners have roughly the same needs as their male counterparts, and they are also, you know, based on the risk, like whether high risk, low risk, whatever, they can be just as violent, just as aggressive. As you saw, there's one there. Where was it? It was skilled fighter? Yeah, we've got a skilled fighter there, so maybe it's a bare-knuckle boxing champion, whoever. I have no idea. Sentenced 3 years for multiple crimes, including video game piracy and perjury, even though she's very violent. Maybe she was playing, like, Halo 1 or something and got really, really, really annoyed and then became a skilled fighter. Maybe that's where it came from. I have no idea. I think they said that the generalization, and like I said, it's a simulation, and you know, it is a generalization in this game that their male counterparts tend to be physically stronger than the female ones, and you know they made a point that yeah, that might be the general case, blah blah. That's just what they've put in, but overall the needs and stuff are pretty much the same with a little bit of tweaking. They haven't added any special needs or anything like that. They've just tweaked them, so that's like say it's a general overall simulation. Oh, look at that! There's the crib with the baby inside it. Very nice. You can't actually click on that. I know there was always a baby in the game when they brought out the first update. That was with the wasn't the first update, but the full release, and that was in the campaign. You had a baby, and then I think I can't remember the character's name, but basically his spouse brought the baby in. Hey, look, you know, it's your father, blah blah. And he was going to kill himself, I think the idea was, and then he said, no, I'm not going to do that, you know. And that was quite a nice touch, but obviously they've added the babies in now. There you go. Oh, it's moving as well. I wonder if it climbs out. I wonder if it can escape. I don't think so. There's a couple of questions that I really want answered, and I'm sure in the coming days there'll be different forums, and I'll go on Reddit and things like that, and I'm sure there'll be different things showing, you know, what the game is actually like and what happens. Things like, oh, actually, there we go. We're on eat time now. So what's going to happen? Speed up to max speed. Donnelly's going to go over to, there you go, to the serving table and actually still eat with a child there. So basically, you care for that, care for the kid, and obviously only wander around really in the nursery. She pretty much won't leave this area, and if she does, it'll only be to get to fulfill some needs like visitation or whatever and things like that. As I said, there's bits that missed out that I really don't know what the deal is. Like, do prisoners in here in the nursery or in the family cells, do they have an escape need? Would they participate in an escape attempt? Would they tunnel? Would they do any of those sort of things? Also, and this is going to sound horrible, but I think we have to approach it, what happens if, well, something happens to the mother? What happens then? I mean, obviously, I assume they're not invulnerable. What happens if there's a riot and they get killed? What happens to the kid? I mean, does it get passed on to someone else? Is it a case of it has to be shipped out and onto a foster home or something like that? I don't know. It's a very touchy subject, actually, but something I think you have to approach, and I'm assuming that they've worked all of this out. It wasn't mentioned in the alpha video as far as I can recall, but I'm sure in the next series we're going to be looking at all of these things. But it's good to actually approach these topics and actually go, you know what, this happens, so, you know, we're not going to be afraid of it. Let's just tackle it head on and do the best we can, you know? I mean, obviously there are going to be things that, like with everything that they've tried, that they might get wrong and they have to tweak and things like that, but at least they're doing something. At least they're trying it, and I'm really glad they've put this in. I know there's been a couple of like, a lot of people have seen, oh, you've been missing out. You prioritised the male prisoner over female, because I think that's because the game in general is more of a idea of what people's perception of prisons are. So a lot, obviously, the films and things like that are more, you know, about the male prisoners and blah blah blah. I know there is like what's the series? Oh, there you go. Look, the baby's on the playmat. That's great. Oh yeah, cool. That's really good. I like that. They're really cute, them babies in here. But yeah, there's obviously new series like Orange is the New Black, isn't that one with female prisoners? I know there was a series in the UK called Bad Girls that was on for quite a while in the, I think it was like the late 90s and early 2000s. It was about female prison and stuff. So there has been more about there, and it's about time they added it in, and it does, it does add to the game as well. It's not just like, there you go, different sprites, job done. There actually is a real big difference. Anyway, speed up to max speed. I just want to see what else that they actually do. I'm also going to try and get some more prisoners so we can see if there's any more kids come in. Like I said, most of them will just hang around inside here and not do and not really do a lot, as basically their needs, their wants and needs are to take care of their child. That's one thing as well. There's the current assumption of the game is that when the prisoners come in, they've already been vetted, and they are definitely, what would be the terms? I guess they are right to still have the child with them in here, so they're not a danger to themselves or to the kid. That's the basic assumption of the game, is that when they come in, that's okay. Apparently, you know, like I said, I didn't even know you could have kids in a prison, so you know, it was a bit of a like, what? I didn't realize that at all. Oh god, that's flooding. I thought the drain over there would sort of fix it, but apparently we're gonna have to put it all the way around. Apparently it doesn't go diagonally, but yeah, I'm gonna make sure it's like that. Might as well put some nice wooden flooring in here as well, because babies on concrete, don't like the idea of that. Right, cool. There we go. We'll also do a shakedown, because you can still get people escaping and such. I also want to see if anyone's tried to run away anywhere. But yeah, like I say, the current assumption is that when they come in, they are fit and healthy to actually raise their child in here and that sort of thing. So, interesting. Done a full search here. There we are. Also, their needs, like I say, they're going to look after the kid, and I don't think they will participate in any other like reform programs and things like that. As I said, I don't know about escapes. I assume not. I assume that pretty much all their attention is staying around here. And as I said, it's also like a bit like in the same sense of it's very enclosed. It's like the death row, and it's all one enclosed environment. It's not like they'll go out, and if they do need to go out for whatever reason, then they might come straight back. Or they will come straight back. Anyway, we've researched psychology, I believe. So, have we researched psychology? No, we got the chief. We require psychology. Apparently, still going for that one. I'm pretty sure I did click on psychology first, but I might have changed it around. That prisoner there is getting, it is basically being assigned to a solitary cell, but obviously we don't have solitary. So that's going to be an interesting one. We're going to receive 8 prisoners in total. 4 minimum, 2 normal, 2 maximum. So we'll see what we get. Like I say, I'm hoping to see if there's any mothers in here with their infant. Now, one of the things is as well that I think it's generally accepted that when you get prisoners, the chances of getting like mothers with their kid with them, it'll be lower risk first, then medium, and then high. So you're generally not going to get high risk prisoners, very violent prisoners, or even legendary ones with kids. Although you might get like a really protective mother, like, you can't take my kids, is coming in, but I have no idea. Anyway, it doesn't look like there's anyone there, which is a bit of a shame because I wanted to see what you get. But there you go. Look, that's actually, yeah, like I say, 1 day without incident. She's just having a little wander around. I don't know if they've got any needs because I haven't got yet psychology. No, that's going to take ages to research. It's going to take days. But you basically see that all she really does is look after the kid, take her from in here. There she goes. She's gonna have a shower with them. There you go, lovely shower, and basically go between there, the nursery, make sure they're on the play mat, crib, things like that. I don't know. I assume if they get parole, they'll obviously everything will go with her. I think they mentioned in the video that it's something to do with like if they're 18 months or younger, then they stay with them. I don't know what happens when they go over that. So say, for example, there's an incident, or the prisoner, for example, here has got 7 years in here. I assume that it's not going to come to a couple of years when the infant's like 2 or 3, and then they say, right, you can't have that anymore. We're going to take like he or she off you, and you know, basically you've got another 5 years to go. I assume that is not the case. It'll just basically stay with the mother until she leaves or whatever. I assume that's the case. I don't know. As I said, first time I've tried it, but actually I think I'm pretty much going to leave it there. Nice sip of beverage. As I said, the idea was just to check this out and see what it's like, and yeah, it's pretty much, it is Prison Architect, but this is a really good update. I really like the nursery. I really like these family cells. Obviously, you can do more things in here, so you can start adding different objects, so it's kicking off. Already it's kicking off. So why is Bird getting attacked? I assume there's going to be a snitch thing going on there, because they're all attacking Bird. Oh, and there's also different. There's also like different sounds and stuff, as you would expect. There you go. So all of these have now just been put in restraints, and they're now high risk. I assume that this person, Emily Bird, is a snitch. Yeah, snitch, of course. Of course, we pretty much knew that as soon as I saw them all fighting there. Anyway, so that is update 2. I obviously going to do a full series of this when it comes after Christmas, because I think it's there's no point in starting a new series now only for us to get a couple of episodes, because obviously this one would normally be the planning episode, and then next episode would be the first one we actually do a bit of changes, and then we'd break for Christmas. So there's no point, because obviously I'm gonna not there won't be any videos at minimum. I guess it's going to be Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day. There won't be videos on that one because I'll be doing other things and family and blah blah blah. So that'll be a bit of a break, but I don't really see the point in starting a series and then breaking that up. So when we come back from all of that, we will start a series with female prisoners, and I want to know what you want to see. What do you want to see? Low risk prisoners? Do you want to see medium? Do you want to see high? Do you want something like this where we've got a bit of everything? Do you want to do one which just is all low risk and very big nursery stuff? That might be a good idea actually. What if you have low risk only and you have a lot of parole? What you do is you get a lot of prisoners in, and then you basically fling people through parole and see what happens there. They go out, and the mothers might either stay or get parole. Things I don't really know where I want to go with this one, but I'd like your thoughts and opinions. Either way, comments in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.